In the bottom right side, there is Blue Zerg fighting for the Freak of Freaks. It is SOO. Having come back from his military service. Another guy who we used to say that about kind of stopped being as much of a big deal since apparently people do pretty well. Although I guess he was one of the players that kind of made that visible for everyone. That you can still do okay even if, you know, if you've done your military service. So maybe he's responsible for his opponent being back on the battlefield here. Anyway, let's say his name. He's from Shopify Rebellion, the Red Terran. Byun. Wonderful stuff. So far, looking pretty regular. Regular Joe. Like a cup of coffee in the morning. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I kind of tried to, well, actually I did look up SOO on Illegal Leg right before we started, and then I just didn't really look at the things that I wanted to look at, but I still have it right here in front of me. So he lost to Creator recently, which is what a lot of people are doing, but he did beat Cure, and he did beat Gumiho. He beat Time, but the last time he fought against Byun, it was a 0-2. So Byun is the most recent victor over the, well, between these two, I suppose. Just a quick check, nod at the hatchery, and then time to head out of there once more with this little fella right there. And there's a dog. As is per usual, your recommended dose of dogs on Berlingrad. Reaper getting spotted, of course, by the Overlord. The Zerglings are already here. Being quite aggressive with the Zerglings overall. But Byun not target firing the Lynx perhaps as much as he could. They're all in the orange right now. Getting a drone into the orange as well. And yeah, you gotta be feeling pretty good about that, being SOO. He's got the queen way out already. Can he get another shot? No. That'd be pretty sweet for him, right? Get the regeneration to stop. Still manages to kind of keep that Reaper low. So once again, very difficult for Byun to get good scouting information here. Trying to make that Reaper go around a long way, but well, some teenagers just don't want to listen.
SCV ready.
He hasn't even scouted the third base yet. He's still waiting for a drunk perhaps here. Well, gets the creep tumor, but loses the Reaper. Doesn't quite know about the third base over here either. I hope he doesn't assume that he moved far enough with that Reaper, and they have some misconceptions. Although we're still seeing the Hellions being built, as well as Banshees, so I mean, it's a good in-between build, right? It's gonna keep you safe. You're gonna have harassment potential. You're gonna get yourself more information once again, and yeah. It doesn't slow you down that much either. You can still kind of keep your own economy going as well. If we get another cycle of queens like that. Being pretty adamant about his queen so far. Wants to get a good bit of creep spreading going. Hellions actually getting past here. Evo chambers. Ooh, nice blocks, but how much time does it really buy? The queens now also have to go around that entire ordeal. Luckily they do have creep there. There's the Hellions. They're getting closer to the drones, but there's not that much left of them. For low HP Hellions here, are they gonna make it anywhere? Those drones, they're so clumped up, but no, very close, but no cigar. An incredibly clean hold from SOO. Gotta hand it to him there. 13 links lost against those 6 Hellions. That is very solid. He even killed a Banshee during all of that. I imagine I must have flown in over a Spore Crawler or something here at the perhaps 3rd base. Well, we know it's the Spore Crawler here. There's a Spore Crawler there. I don't know. Haven't really been seeing SOO since he came back. Yeah, me neither. I haven't really seen him that much. He's doing well for a guy who just got back. Yeah, for sure. Great hold there with the... I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. This is already an insane opening, right? If I felt very confident in his late game, I would say, like, okay, well, he's very likely to take it right now. Seeing how I don't know the state of the rest of his game. Might still be on the fence a little bit. The early game control and stuff like that, I feel like are some of the things that are gonna come back to a player the quickest, right? It's the stuff you have to repeat the most, and... well, there's just not that much other stuff yet going on in the early game, right? It's not like you're trying to juggle 200 tasks on all the locations of the map. It's probably gonna take a few months to really get back into shape, yeah? When he starts taking 2nd places again. We'll have to see. This could be a good indicator, guys. We're going to see 9 maps total played from him. So it's going to be a very good kind of, you know, bar we can set in our own mind about where we would place SOO on the skill rating right now. Well, very, very little tiny drop. Not getting much done. Some links, some creep tumors. I think either of the players went away with that all too worried. Byun might be a little bit more worried overall since hasn't really managed to get any of the damage stick yet. And it does appear like SOO is kind of gladly approaching the late game here, right? So that gives me a good sense of confidence here that he's just... trying his best to play the macro game again. No quick, dirty victories, just to kind of use as crutches as you're trying to get back into the scene here. No sir, no sir. We're just gonna go for it. Bang. Also hide a fair amount of boosts. The painting's not being utilized for some reason. A little tiny, well, maybe he didn't even want to. Could there be a reason? Maybe he was just scared that Byun would target fire them down. In a choice. There were 5 drones lost as well. Not sure where, guys. I'm sorry, I'm still sick. Apparently, I cannot multitask. I'm just seeing what's on the screen. And my eyeballs don't want to move anywhere. Okay, well, this is a big attack coming in from SOO. That's a lot of links, the banelings with, well, not too many high grounders. There are some chunks on the high ground, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to be enough right now. Those Marines, oh, dangerously close to the green goo. Is it going to stabilize here? Yeah, it will. But only after losing 16 SEVs. Oh, get greedy now. Not sure who I was talking to, but you know what? That felt like one of them might get a bit greedy at some point. Didn't happen. Both of them kind of stopping the full frontal charge there. The head-on collision course. Like a point of no return. Am I crazy, or is this a lot of creep spread? This feels like an incredible amount of creep spread. Look at this. It's already on this front door. Doesn't quite have on the outskirt bases quite yet, but it. Oh, dear lord. Oh, well. Came in again. There's not that many siege tanks left. Guys, this could be it. Yeah. Right, I'll avoid looking at the chat. Man. Okay, GG. SOO takes game number 1. Well played. I would like to see the later game state as well between these two. For sure, for sure. Have it go on a little bit longer. Then again, right, you don't pay attention for a little bit and suddenly there's banelings all over your army, or suddenly a stimmed bunch of marines just target fired everything down, or there's widow mines, you know? Anything. Games can end quite quickly. I'm on the wall today, ain't I? I'm sorry, I had to blow my nose. I don't remember the hotkeys anymore. That's weird. That's new. Hello, hello. No interest. No interest at all. It's like, nah, you're gonna get to that gas guy, so I don't wanna bother. So things. It's gonna get a bit more target fire done. Let's get one of the drones already to orange. The queen is ready though, so it's like, yeah, gotta get out of there. Nothing else you can do. Can't even get that creep tuber now trade for your Reaper because there's a ramp there as well. Makes it quite difficult. Quite difficult indeed. There's an Overlord in the white team looking to get a scout off right there. Most likely to figure out what Byun is doing. Guess that is as obvious as I could put it. We want to see if there's a third CC, a lot of barracks, whether or not there's battle cruisers on the way, anything like that. Anything you can get, or well, maybe actually, it's a roach warring being built. This could still lead to like a eye display as well, right? I suppose. How much gas do we have? Only 1 gas so far. Could just be safety hellions. Sorry, safety roaches. Maybe he just wants to play the road, but that is 8 roaches right now being built. His supply is capped out. He's only building 1 Overlord so far. Yeah, okay, so it's not entirely committed. Just a couple of them. Just a couple of them. Down goes the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper, guys. Don't do it. Fear the Roach. And then there were 2. Well, I thought I left that guy there. Now there's 2 of him here. And she's gonna help out. Quite nice early pickles from those things. Gonna help out, well, a little bit. It's a battle of little bits at this point. We'll have to pull those guys. The Hellions in the getting 4 drones in total. And just a little bit short of really doing something nasty there. Get the SCVs on top. Yeah, that's nice to get the most efficient damage with those Hellions this way. As efficient as you can get against roaches, of course. I'll lose 9, 10 SCVs, but we have a quick 3rd CC, so... could still, well... Could still work out in his way, right? Could still be, could still manage this situation. Fear the blue oyster corpse? I would fear anything. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, that was almost so bad. 10 drones. Yeah, that is one of the things I will say is his drone pools against the Hellions, they don't seem to have gotten better. I mean, in a lot of cases he's keeping a lot of them alive, but in a lot of cases, well, most of these ones at least, I'm like, those drones are very clumped. If he miscontrols a little bit and lets those Hellions run by somewhere, it's, you know, it's gonna be absolute hell to pay. There will not be a lot of happy drone puppies and mummies around. Oh, there's a hole in that wall. At least he's checking himself, right? He should know. We're gonna assume he knows. Roach speed coming up with the ranged attack. Doubling down on the roach play. Pretty cool to see, you know, variation out of SOO. It's like, alright. Did it. Beat Byun with my main style. Let's try the off style now. Or maybe it's the other way around. Ooh, there's a Nidus. How do I know these things? It's beyond me. Terran Scrappers getting, once again, little tumors here and there. Cutting out the Zerg filth from the ground, but quickly reclaimed by those queens. There's definitely something to say. SOO's creep spread has been phenomenal. It is quite nice to see. Look at how close he is already again. With his roach attack in the early game, that's impressive. That is impressive. Look at how far beyond this base he is over here. I'm sorry, that is just, I had to show you. That is not somewhere anyone would invest right now. So a battle is happening right now. I don't think the roaches are gonna kill this at the moment. Right? Are they? They're gonna have to back up. SOO is, well, pretty committed here. How committed? He's doubling down on his efforts with more roaches and zerglings in production. His Nidus worm isn't gonna complete. I don't know if this is the play for SOO. Still 3 siege tanks. I guess the bio forces have diminished significantly, so perhaps he will be able to make a play happen here. Also, if he was planning to just try and kill Byun at this stage, why is he spreading his creep so far to all these obscure corners? Well, comes in again. Will this be the fight? There's queens now, as well as more roaches, some zerglings running for the SCP line. The siege tanks try their best, but there's not that many left anymore. The SCP's starting to, well, get enlisted also. Mandatory service rules are applied by Byun, and any man, SCV, marauder, woman, or whatever is going to have to do something here. Like it worked. Looks like it worked. GG is called. Byun holds over one more time, and like we said, SOO really doubled down. Well, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Byun go for a 2-Rex at some point. I'm curious if SOO will try any 2-Rexing at any point in time as well. We'll have to figure it out. That's a command center first. My friends, we're watching a command center first out of Byun. That is showing that he's confident, right? It's like, you know what, Sue? I don't think you're ever gonna get aggressive. I think you're just hoping for me to go into the macro. Which, you know, kind of is the vibes I'm getting from him, at least in the earlier games. Well, the early game, right? Maybe it was a bit of an impulse decision going for that roach attack. Maybe it was like, oh, you went for triple CC. Okay. Okay, I think I can kill you now with this roach push then. Right? And I think it could have worked if if the Nidus worm went up somewhere. Or maybe you can pick the fights a little bit better, especially in the first fight. You know, you could try to dance around the third base a little bit before actually committing to near the ramp with 2 or 3 more siege tanks shooting you. Then again, you know, makes it quite rough as well. You wanna keep trading out those siege tanks. After all, with those ravages, the biles. If you want to kill your opponent at that point in time, or yeah, if you're gonna dance around the third base, it's gonna become a containment. Most likely, right? Because the siege tanks are just gonna bulk up. You're not killing them quickly enough, and then it just becomes more and more lethal for you to run in there with a big ball of roaches into just more and more siege tanks. But man, StarCraft is a rough game. Production tab, of course you got it, my friend. Thank you for telling me. I'm a bit slow today. Sorry. All right, here we go. I don't know where to. We're gonna follow the Hellions. The Hellions are going on an adventure. How will the drones be pulled this time around? Oh, the queens are there. Yeah, nothing happening there. Get out of here, Byun. Get out of here. Bit of poke on those, well, the first frontal Hellion there. Every bit counts. Sometimes it's that very last second Hellion shot which suddenly kills you. Actually, it feels like that's the Hellion shot that kills most people. Which makes them oh so frustrating. But Su's got a very good kind of grasp on the situation here. I would have liked it if there was another Overlord here, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. He's got full vision range of these of the movements here, pretty much. And he's got queens on both locations as well, so even even if he didn't have those Overlords there, he would have been okay for now. Running up after seeing the all-in, yeah, he is still droning. There is still a third base coming in from Byun as well. It is going to be quite a committed triple Rex play here from Byun to kick things off with. Still has the Hellions as well. Is there a... No, okay, so no Hellbats. No Armory. So yeah, a little bit of a push here. Just wants to try and get some damage done. Keeping everything together. As he starts taking out some creep. That's about it. Baning speed miles removed from the finishing up, so there's a lot of micro potential here for Byun to snipe those green little buggers out of there. He's got a fair amount of marines as well to try and combat the queens with. He's being particularly safe. A real Mr. Safe here. Right, here he goes again. Just slight moves. I guess he really doesn't have to do much else here so far. He's trading out positively. It's by not that great amount, but you know, he's reduced the creep spread here significantly. Got a siege tank up here now. This could still work for Byun. He's got a good back flank catching a couple of Hellions and Marines there as well, so gonna get guard out, but then again, that is a lot of Zerg still on the front line, and the Marines don't seem plentiful enough at this moment to really help themselves out here. Yeah, and then he gets caught as well as that Bailey speed finishes up. That was rough. That was rough. So that was going to be a bit of a closer fight. But SOO looked very comfortable in that entire situation. Like throughout the entire ordeal, as soon as any units of Byun's tapped anywhere near the creep, it was like, alright, well, yeah, sure, we're going to give you some creep tumors here. Give you some creep tumors here. But you're not going to get any further. Had his queens there, had his Zerglings, keeping Banelings safe at the same time. Not trading out incredibly efficiently, but doing it efficiently enough. Let's see if he can keep that going. Great target fire onto those Banelings. These Marines could become a real problem now. Let's see how much they get then in the main base. The Mutalisks are getting to safety. Uses one of them. Just Zerglings, yeah. Too many of them Zerglings though. He gets 3 rows. 3 Mutalisk. Could still work. Could still work. Gold base for Byun. +2/+2 on the way, as well as SOO is getting himself a +2/+2 as well. About the same time. Don't think there's going to be too much about these Mutalisks that they can get done at the moment, as I imagine the prep time for Byun should have allowed him to build plenty of missile turrets. He's got 5 of them, 1 for each base and 1 extra in the main. Keeping some of the production a bit safer. He's got himself a couple of Widow Mines now also, starting to mix those in. That is a great idea to add those into his army composition when fighting, well, it's the Horde of Zerg. The Horde from Hell, some would call it. The Zergling Baneling Mutalisk. Let's see, he would love to take out a planetary fortress here. And that is a massive Widowmine hit. Planetary? Oh, no. Okay, does not live. That didn't feel all that really efficient to me. That felt kind of the opposite of efficient, you know? You know what I mean? Is that called inefficiency? What we're doing there? Inefficient SOO? That was rough. Trying to scramble up some sort of a defense once more. Banelings are being produced. Byun trying to do a methodically slow approach once more. when perhaps it could be very advantageous in these types of situations to not let your opponent grieve too much. SOO did manage to get a good amount of bases settled. So the longer he is allowed to just rebuild Zerglings and Banelings and the whole shebang, the happier he is going to be. Then again, now we do have a very consolidated push coming out of Byun. There is a bit of a Zergling run by, a drop over here. I guess this is where the real rubber hits the road is going to occur. Otherwise, be careful not to hit your own units. Other drones are dying. The gold base once again has been obliterated. No longer a part of the Terran arsenal. There are the 21 drones. Again, I don't... Yeah, 21 drones right now for SOO. It's something he can afford to reconstruct. He's got to be careful about how he does it. But he's got the base count to kind of keep going, right? He doesn't have to expand anytime soon. Well... Maybe not in the too far distant future, but he already has a base here, which is the great thing for him. If he had to get a new base and replenish those drones, I feel like this would be a lot worse of a situation, but... Well, we'll see. That's a good point, Chris. Chris in the chat saying there's a bit of a timer here for SOO as well, with the +3/+3 finishing up pretty soon. Could be quite a bit of trouble. Quite a bit of trouble. Infestation pits in production as well. More Thors being made as now the Bio once again arrives. How long is this wall of Terran here that is trying to make a push happen? It doesn't look too impressive. There's another push coming in. Oh no, actually going to consolidate his forces. Spreading out, Vitamine's get into the ground. And blown up by the Banelings. This is still going to be enough. 2 more Widowmines on top of that high ground right there. The Thors are taken care of. Seemingly mostly is Marauders left standing on the field. The Marauders do a great job against, tanking the Banelings. Maybe he was anticipating Ultralisk to be coming in sooner rather than later. We're only... bit on the way on the hive tech right there. It's always been, I feel like this is a lot of Zergs. I feel like SOO was also one of the players that tended to stick on tier 2 for just a little bit too long here and there, right? And then just can't quite make the terrifying switch of tech all of a sudden, or as quickly, and then hit your opponent with as much efficiency before they're fully trapped. Right. There's Spire coming up, so might see some warlords coming into play here for SOO later down the line. Unless it's just Spire, I don't think he did. Maybe Byun is just gonna kill him right here. Do we still have more Banelings? Okay, ooh, there's still more Banelings. There's no further Baneling in production though, so this doesn't kind of get more breathing room here. Okay, this is a lot of trouble. This is a lot of trouble, and he realized this has to tap out. That Marauder count was quite ridiculous, but you know what? It helped him out. It definitely helped him out here. There are the pro bot tournaments going on as well. They're sometimes fun to see. Where it's just like you create your own AI to play StarCraft 2 rather than, have a player play StarCraft 2. It's kind of like the battle bots thing, but then in the battle bots thing you still have people controlling the robots. So I guess it's nothing like that at all. It's weird. Do we have something else like that? Where it's like AI battling against one another? If you were to tell someone that is not that much into computers, right? That they're StarCraft folk making AIs play against one another on like a battlefield setting over and over and over and over again and trying to be perfected into like a super killing AI, they would get worried. They would get worried. Yeah, we know better, right? What's this? It's a factory and a barracks. Lovely. What's the score? It's a good question. That is a good question. I feel like it is 1 to this guy, 2 to this guy. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. We have an AI tournament, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. 3rd CC as well. Oh my. AI chess championships. Oh, that's pretty cool too. Oh, Reaper! No! Oh, that's not supposed to happen. To be fair, who walks their queen out like that? Who does that? Crazy people do. That's who. Ugh. Reaper had way too much HP to expect that queen to get a kill there. I ain't even mad. It's like the start of a bad movie when the chess AI figured out chess wasn't the real world. It evolved. It's not even a best of 9, guys. It's all 9 maps played, which is the best thing. I need to figure out what my mute key is. 1 sec. Okay, well, we got a problem. Apparently my mute key is triggering that as well right now. That is a problem. How did that happen? I don't know. How did that happen? There's roaches here now. This is a fun one. Bringing a fun experience to everyone. Oh, that bunker's not gonna complete actually. Oh dear, oh dear. Has someone been caught with their hands in the cookie jar once again? He's doing alright. Roaches are getting quite low on the HP. He should be able to hold on here. Doesn't even pull the SMDs. That's how confident he is. Makes you wonder what that roach push was all about. Maybe just kind of... I'm not sure. Because that was probably one of the best builds you could run into, right? For like a roach push. With like that early over 3rd CC and a 2 Rex. Still going for the later stop as well. That was a very random amount of roaches, yeah. I love doing that type of stuff as well. And I'm like, wait a moment, didn't I see like Dark do this? And I'm like, why doesn't it work for him? Why doesn't it work for him? Wow. It's true. Yeah, this is trouble now. Trouble town for Sue. Sub 20 workers, that's true. That's true. And, alright, let's look at it like this. What did he achieve, right? I guess he achieved kind of having a secure perimeter over his entire place. And he managed to get drone up quite nicely. Now, sticking to some roaches here is, you know, that's something. That is something. I'm sorry, I'm trying to deal with some, alright, I'm just gonna do this 1 sec. Oh, alright, sorry about that. There's air coming in now. Okay, so, here we go. Byun coming in with a big push. Also a medevac drop into the main base as SOO has all his roaches here. No, still has a random group of roaches here. It's a superpower, guys, that has its downsides now and again. A random group of roaches, but sometimes they absolutely will deserve a couple of medals. He also killed an okay chunk of Marine Marauder as he was pushing. Right, it's not that far apart actually. It's considerably good right now, the trade value for SOO. Seeing how he's going to roaches. And I'm not sure if he's... well, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. Things doing a lot of firepower from the high ground. Ravager Biles not really hitting anything. That is gonna be probably a big deal. Keep spreading in the Ravagers though. You'd love to see that. Is there still a way for him to kind of push in here and get real damage done? Over there's a little bit of safe space, I suppose. Away from those siege tanks, but not gonna risk it. Into 4 tanks, probably not the best move. Yeah. Like, again, right? Instead of trying to push in through here, where the most of the meat grinder is, why not just kind of dance around here? Throw Biles down on all those siege tanks. You could move in more siege tanks, but they're gonna be on the low ground, and a lot easier for you to bile down slowly, but, you know, efficiently. Why not? I don't know. Maybe he thought it would be a killing move again. Really needs his bio upgrades now. What are the upgrades? 1-1. That's okay, right? It's not too far apart. He's going for the melee upgrades. What? Oh. Get him. Hurry, man. Yeah, he's safe. If that was the counter-attack, I would be quite stoked about this game so far for SOO. The siege tanks weren't really brought along. Kept behind safe, kind of trying to avoid counter-attacks, I imagine. As he's taking a 4th base, that might be a trigger for him to try and get pressure across the map with those guys as well. Let's see if he decides to, or if he decides to spread them out here and just kind of set up shop. Medevac drop gets seen by the Overlord, so... Oh, I thought this army was just going to come in to deal with it. It's going to do so. Yeah, it's actually sending everything here. Circlings on the top left side may have a bit of a surprise for the planetary, if that's not done in time. Ooh, the babies! Pick up some tanks. They're low HP. Oh! That's trouble. There's a Taylor Swift amount of trouble. The amount of time she says trouble in that song. I don't know why I'm thinking of that right now. Come on. Yeah, that's not gonna work anymore. That is more trouble for the man in trouble. His worker counter is solid though. His army supply is conflated, it being roach ravages. Let's take a look at the unit count. 5 ravages, 18 roaches, 25 banelings. That is certainly quite good. Not trading incredibly efficiently for SOO. That is to be expected. If we can get something else going here, then that's some good baneling connections into a good chunk of marines so far. Doesn't have enough though once more to take out that planetary, as he just kind of gets clobbered. Backwards, 17 SCVs is all he will achieve. Byun, let's take a look. Just like he has enough SCVs to be fully saturated anyway, so it's not like he's gonna have less income right now because of this. He's gonna have less income in a little bit once he takes more bases, but Melly gets him out of there. Man, that was a scary moment. That was quite a scary moment. I thought a lot of those marines were gonna just blow up right then and there. But Byun, cool, calm, collected. Holds his ground for as long as he can. Targets down as much as he can. And then, well, squeezes out another battle victory right there. For the time being, of course. He's won the battle, but not the war. Not the war. War never changes. Just, wow. There we go. This is what the people want to see. This is what the people want to see. That is quite a good amount of stuff, and it's still a planetary fortress, which does make this quite difficult. 14 SCVs go down, but once again, is that all too impressive? Is that all too impactful at this moment in the game? I don't think so. I'm not convinced. I would love to see a further development of tech here coming out of SOO, or him taking up some of these other outside bases, right? I know he's being pressured by the Metavex, but that's a very low HP Metavex. Oh no! Oh! Well, that is unlucky. Bit of an attack here. We'll go off another base. Is this gonna be enough? Him just killing this base over and over again? You may have to kill this base as well, and this base if that ever eventually gets taken. SOO is starting up Ultralisk upgrades and Ultralisk to combine the two. The Ultralisk upgrades pairs very well with the Ultralisk. It's what we call synergy in StarCraft with smart people. I don't know why I'm making that a big deal. Alright. Yeah. Get that creep away from us. Circling does get a scout on the top left side. And oh, that is quite a bit more of a committal this time around. A good amount of Ultralisk here. Banelings keeping the bio at bay, and they're pretty close on top of it, but the supply depot kind of, well, messing up the AI there a little bit. He stops mining here for a good amount of time. Takes out the planetary fortress defending it, and he stops anything from being established on the top left side. So overall, I'm not too upset about this for SOO. I think that was an okay attack once more. Byun's gonna have to figure out a way to perhaps, you know, get back across the map in some way, shape or form. Medevacs are powerful tools. But then again, you know, having, let's see how much map vision this is. You see, that is also a pretty powerful tool. That creep just being this out of control. I'd say it's just very wide, you know, it's very wide. And it's close enough on pretty much all these places that it becomes, well, near impossible for Byun to get any units across the map without SOO's knowledge about it. Right, Byun wants to hold on to that top left side. Let's take a look at the units lost tab once more. Definitely quite heavily in favor for Byun. But, that's a big but. Well, those bases, I guess this is nice, right? That base already pretty much mined out before it got taken out. So maybe I'm thinking about that as too big of a deal in my own mind. Right, it's not like this base getting taken out. Would have been much more difficult for him. Oh, infestors! Where did they come from? Right, good golly. Look the middle, just running there. Why don't you? He invites himself over for a cup of tea. And, well, of course, the hot scalding tea does get thrown in his face as he sits down for dinner. But, he does take out the entire house as well. I think that is the natural progression of that analogy. Yes, yes. What's this? Oh boy. There's only 3 Baileys here. SOO, don't run in with 3 Baileys. Okay, okay, that's enough. That's enough. He can do it. He can save this base. He can save this base. Byun is putting on a lot of pressure though. Doesn't want the Baileys to connect to the Marauders. Then again, Byun kind of does want that to happen, of course. Hope that is still clear. Alright. And that top left side has been secured for Byun for a very long time now. So that is his lifeblood right now. These 2 mining bases. Without those, it's been a very different story. So here he comes again, that siege tank. As well as this, like, single planetary fortress here being built, taking out an enormous amount of those Baileys before they even get close. Actually, that was a very cool place for this kind of setup, right? 36 and 26 kills right there. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Any Terran players, I would steal this. I would steal this so quickly, like, just immediately. I'd be like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. There it is, there it is. That's the play. Siege tanks here, another CC here. Make the choke. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay. 4 CCs being built, so it doesn't look like Byun is starving for money, but his supply is a little bit timid. 165 against the once again maxed out SOO. To be fair, army supply in favor for Byun, so take that with a grain of salt. Burrowed Infester finds himself snippity-snipped. For sectomized. I don't like this engagement path at all. That is just giving it to those siege tanks. Then again, there was another infestor hidden. Lifting up the command center, allowing a bit more easy access here, but that is gonna, at the same time, forfeit that base. Does have the other command center there, yet still. But now I am kind of getting worried for Byun. He's still 90 army supplies strong. I would love to see him try and make some sort of a counter push happen here. He's got mostly siege tanks and mostly ghost. Still a couple of liberators. This is his time. Right, there's no banelings just quite yet. There's apparently no infestors or ultra scout in the field. SOO just threw everything at you. So this is when you need to reclaim that space. You need to reclaim as much as possible. And he's doing a fairly good job at it so far. Did he just shoot himself? I don't know. Never say good things as a caster, guys. It will immediately backfire. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, that is spicy. Then again.
Ghost
yep.
reporting.
Uh-oh. Imagine that, being an infestor in one of the tunnel, the long tunnel that they're digging, and then you're the first infestor. You're trying to turn around, and there's just another infestor behind you. It's, turn around, turn around. Can't go back. You just bump your ass into the other infestor behind you. That's fun. There we go. Ooh, ooh. Nasty couple of snipes. Liberator set up. We'd love to show you the units lost at, my good man, but alright, I think we got a time. We got a bit of time here. So, you know what? That's good enough where maybe this is gonna work out here for one. Like, we really would like it to be. Has to lift up most of his stuff once again into the medevacs. That planetary, or at least the SCV's alive? Oh man, that's rough. Losing drones though as well. Is that a liberator somewhere? I guess it was. Was it here? I don't know. Was it here? Aha! 21 kills. There we go. That's the culprit. That's a liberator that needed 2 jobs. It's an overachiever, that one. 24 kills right now. It's just such an awkward army to fight into like this. SOO. SOO's collapsing, guys. Yeah. GG. GG. Alright. Sending out an SCV, the Red Terran, bottom left side, Shopify Rebellion. Yun. Bottom right side, the Blue Zerg. Representing the Afrika Freaks, it is a SOO. He used to be very competitive in the late game though. Yeah, but that was like the very end bit, right? And even then, sometimes it would just kind of, you know, it would backslide into the older habits, I feel like. Which, to be fair, you know, there have been players with immense success with that type of playstyle. Delaying the later attack. It's not necessarily, you know, it doesn't necessarily just has to obviously be worse or better, one or the other. Right? Stefano, DRG, SOO. Plenty of people from the Zerg race, at least I'm calling out right now. It's the Guangdong Freaks. Oh, right, yeah, they changed it, didn't they? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Picking Blackburn over Glittering Ashes. I think the map pool already was picked before these players started playing. Because we also have Sejong and Frost as 2 maps. Now, it's been a while since I've casted any of those maps, so it's gonna be a surprise to me. It's gonna be a surprise to me as well. Anyway, we should probably kind of at least mention the fact that there's now a bunker outside of the front door of SOO. Second one on the way, a couple of Marines there. I don't think you're likely holding this right now. It is only a 2 rack, so this is getting an immense amount of value so far. Unless if SOO manages to save this hatchery right here, right now, sending in everything, even drones. Would love to have a bit of surround here so the Marines cannot run away from you. That's very important. There we are. Okay, 6 drones go down. The hatchery still stands. 6 drones though. That could be bad. Now we have 14 supply worth of Zerglings to kind of work with here. But then again, there's 1 Hellion. So yeah. It's a great start for Byun. Overall, killing those, well, I don't know what to think today. I'll just come out and say it. I feel like this is okay for Byun. Second base isn't done yet. He could just keep producing here for a little bit. He's gone for the factory before the second base. You know what? Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Because now, SOO has a very difficult choice to make, right? He just spent a lot of money on all those Zerglings, so he's gonna have less money now because he didn't spend his money on drones. He's still gonna have to make drones because he just lost a ton. He still wants to spend money on getting this expansion around the correct time. Well, 4 minute 30, right? But what are you left with? It's like, what can you kind of save money on? Maybe queens? He's got 3 queens. Hellions could do a lot of damage here. Is that actually gonna happen though? I don't think so. It's only 3 of them. It ain't happening. Not today. Oh, he doesn't see. He doesn't see. That's rough. I mean, these types of pushes, they always kill my hatchery. They always kill my hatchery, and that's enough to kill me. I thought it would go down. I guess he could have targeted down, right? If that was his objective, killing the hatchery, he probably would have gotten it. But yeah, he chose to target down the drones there instead. And that's probably, yeah, probably more damage, right? Because you're taking away larvae as well, future larvae for the Zerg. By forcing them to reproduce. That Viking is killing creep tubers. Is this a replay? No sir, no sir. How can we prove that? There you go. Why I did that, but there it is. There it is. Little drop. There's a single siege tank in here. Who likes to zoom in a lot more than I do? I like to be like, right, what is happening here? What is coming in? There's queens, zerglings. Well, yeah, up. able to see for the Zerg. Can't quite manage there. Hellions now on the other side. Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm sorry. That is a lot of damage. I don't think we'll ever financially recover from this. Zergling things. See, well, well, equal amount of workers, getting himself a gold base. Let's say that's gonna make everything fair again. Just for this. Then again, guys, it's not just the gold base, but all the trust, all the faith that we're putting into SOO's spirit bomb right now. He will have a baneling growing above his base, slowly but surely. And Byun's gonna stand there and be like, oh, well, if this is your strongest attack, I will of course want to receive it. Clearly, straight into my face, because that's just how strong I am. Imagine if that was StarCraft 2. I want you to make your best unit composition army, so I can truly defeat you. Yeah, there's flaws in logic sometimes in those things, aren't there? This is good value. This is all rise good value. Even getting banelings there in the end? I guess it's only 2 of them, but still. Oh. Don't want to do that. Yeah, you know, double the minerals lost here from SOO. Still behind on workers. Losing more banelings. It's rough. Very rough time. SOO's been struggling on stream versus Terran. Well, apparently he took down Cure and he took down Gumiho in a best of 5 series against both of them. So, I mean, they're pretty good, right? I don't think you can say Cure is like worse than Byun right now. Or just straight up worse. I think Cure's TVZ might be one of his better matchups overall, I would still say. And again, he's the Protoss killer, so it's rough to get. Medevac drop, not getting much done there. +2/+2 for the Marines, about to be finishing up as well. Some more drones are going to get targeted down. Great splits. Keeping things going. Little medevac that can and will be as annoying as possible. Together with her marine pals. The marine chums. I'm just kind of waiting here for this game to start closing into an end. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. You know? Some people don't. I will. I could be wrong. This army gets walloped up as quickly and efficiently as, you know, I'm sometimes afraid of happening to me. Which, well, kind of. Still siege tank number 1 and 2 here. They're gonna die off as well. And there's a gold mineral base here where the Hydralisk definitely can get some work done. The Zerglings and Banelings seemingly retreating, not interested in pursuing the Terran further. Which is alright. There must have been some sort of a drop in his main base or something, because this army is running back. Or it ran back, mostly. Why else would you send all those Zerglings and Banelings back? Maybe he was anticipating some sort of a drop. There are scans being thrown here, so maybe I missed something. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh. Is this where you want to go, Sue? Are you certain? Is this the way you want to do it? And it gets a bit of a dent into the Terran army. The Hydras, though, starting to shoot the orbital command rather than chase down the Marine Marauder force that is preoccupied shooting the Zergling Banging at that point in time. And yeah, that is going to allow Sue not a lot of breathing space in this area. We'll have to back up once again without accomplishing much. Byun not using his double armory? Ha! You fool! You fool! You just had to wait 1 millisecond. Or I don't know what the difference is here. That's actually more than... I've heard about the caster curse, but the chat's curse is just as real. Just as real. We're all but mere humans. I swear there's a player curse as well, but we're unaware, because whenever they say things, we can't hear them, you know? But I swear, every time they're about to lose, they're saying to themselves, I'm gonna win this. Then they curse themselves. Little drop there, not getting done much. You know, 5 drones. I guess that is actually pretty good right now. It's quite a bit of army supply though, you know, for the 5 drones at this stage in the game. But, meh. I concur, it's alright, it's alright. Attack right onto the planetary, taking a bit of time before it is actually destroyed. Bailing's getting some decent connections into the Marines. They're kind of soft now. Gotta be careful not to have the siege tanks kind of friendly fire down your infantry as they are low HP. He starts backing up. More Zergling reinforcements coming in after the battle. So taking a couple more casualties than he maybe should have. But at least he got something done again, right? He killed a base. He killed some units. And yeah, sure, the supply is equal. Yeah, sure. It's only... Well, actually, no, it's 2 bases ahead. Okay, and sure, it does resemble the previous game by, like, a lot, but... You know... Still... I guess that's pretty good, because that previous game could have swung both ways. Maybe we'll find Sue having a bit more success with how he starts to engage and how he picks those battles. Upgrades at the same time. Is Byun saying I got this in the bag? Well, yeah, potentially. I mean, I wouldn't be too scared for him either. Definitely liking his position better than the one for Sue. Sue's not gonna give up that easily, right? And it's also the case that Byun cannot just start moving forwards here. That would be a great way to lose this game. He will have to just kind of sit back and absorb these types of big waves of surge. Just like that. That's exactly what he likes to happen. And then he's gonna win. Later down the road, he will find a way. We keep seeing battles like that. Of course, there's more options here for SOO, right? You could try to do multi-pronged harassments. You could try having some stuff set up here. You could try to go for the Vipers and try to yoink some stuff. Slowly but surely gaining value. There's Lurk attack. There's Brutal attack. Infestus, of course. Absolutely fantastic in these types of situations. You get one good fungal on this unit set and it's, you know, bam, value. Just immediate value. He was trying that. Okay, there we go. Vipers. Okay, we'll let them partake here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Some good Blinding Clouds getting a lot of siege tanks right now. Bailings getting in some of the SMGs. A good couple of ghosts there as well to potentially die to Bailings. I think he only lost 2 of them. Byun on the other side, undeterred. As those 2 medevacs. Just kind of moving forwards. He's like, you know what? I know I don't need these units right here, right now. I will just keep moving forwards. Kill another base. And deterring SOO. Saying he is not deterred. It's all really old memes. I never know. Oh, yeah, that's dead. That will die here. Kepler, out of the sky. Get out of here. You know what else is dead? This base. That base, no HP remaining. Will be a difficult fight here for SOO. Units lost tab. Let's just take a quick gander. That is rough. That is rough to see. About 10,000 extra minerals lost there for SOO. As he is trying to hold on here. Just key tactical units still being spread out by Byun as he's trying to encroach forwards. But it is enough, right? All of these units are cost efficient enough. He is going to feel pretty comfortable with a long, kind of stretched out army like this. He will be able to just kind of keep microing backwards into more safety of the siege tanks. And liberates. And goes then, well, you know the whole carnival of Terran will be right there. Waiting with hats on. Yeah, these are the end times of SOO, guys. There's no ifs and all. Yeah, okay, he realized. GG is all. So technically, SOO can still win. He can still win money. He can still win money. Like, in these types of matches, you don't win money by winning the series, right? And then get more money. You win by, depending on how many maps you win. So, I believe that is how it works. Because why else would SOO still continue to play else? You know, there's no way for him to get any more money out of it. And we like our players to be motivated to play the best StarCraft that they can. Just as I'm motivating my mouth once again, trying to yeah. Wow, yeah, you're right. He can. Can he? Should be able to. Yeah. If it is the best of 9. You're right. You're right. My flu brain is not working today. As I'm just double... Yeah, no. Yeah, for sure. My apologies. Because that would be 3 games? 3 more games and then this one, so that is 4 games in total. So yeah, he would have to win everything. Get used to it. I know. It's just worse today because it's just hard to think. Alright. Well, hello there, sir. He was never seen again. That Marine. I mean, the Marine was never seen again. 3 hatcheries. Not Tech 9. No. I didn't just permaban him, guys. Don't worry. I joked. 2 barracks, a factory, and a starport. 2 queens and a inactive creep tumor. Look at that. Works very well as a bit of a wall there. Units will be able to pass over it right now. Medevacs will be the starting point here for the starports. SOO. Definitely gonna have to come up with something here, right? The first game, it felt so comfortable for him starting off. The way things have kind of backslid here is a bit disappointing. Not gonna lie. He's had his moments, but also some moments where, you know, just kind of left scratching her head. Like, is that really what you were intending to do? Was this... Oh, there is an armory early on this game. I was wondering if we were going to see it at some point in time. It's one of the most favorite approaches here for Byun, the TVZ after all. You can see why, because, you know, if you don't expect it, it is quite brutal. Those Marines just do not die. Any Zergling that gets on top of it will be roasted instantaneously, and the Queens, well, I'm gonna try to target stuff down, but it's not happening. Look at the healing from those medevacts. Like, not a single Marine died just there. Everything is 1 HP. That is ridiculous. Pick up. Pick up. Doesn't need to pick up. What a land. No way. Okay, there we go. Man, he was playing with fire for so long. But, you know, a proper fire that he was setting to SOO's base, so... It's alright, that can all be forgiven. Now it's left to SOO to kind of try and pick up these pieces here. Get himself another couple of drones. He's building those up. He's getting the upgrades. A little bit behind his opponent, but still coming in. Delaying a little bit of the gas mining here that he would have probably wanted to earlier on. Which makes sense. Try to recuperate your mineral numbers a little bit here before you just quickly side till into your regular play. There's Byun once more. We'll start pushing the right flank with a small cluster. One siege tank there. That is not siege up. Definitely a mistake. thought I heard it siege up, but not sure what happened there. Maybe hit the unsiege hotkey as well straight afterwards accidentally? I don't know. I've definitely done that myself, but don't see it that often in these pro games. Alright, that is 8 barracks coming up in total now. Byun just decided to open up the floodgates. This is gonna trade out as well as the other, like his first initial attack, then this might be it, guys. This could very well end very quickly here if SOO doesn't get good bailing connections. Byun is left uncontested for a little bit too long. This game could end very, very abruptly. But so far, SOO on top of things. He's got his 5th base secured. He's got bailing Zergling ready at the secondary offensive that Byun was planning over here. So, very solid stuff. Misclick right there from Byun trying to target fire, instead right-clicking the ground. Another attack. Start fire onto those paintings. Gotta watch out here with your circling numbers. You don't want to just send them in needlessly without the Zerg or the paintings there. Then again, those Marines, they will kill your hatcheries incredibly quickly if left unattended for even just a little bit too long. SOO finally manages to rid his side of the map of Terran once again. I guess there's a Widow Mine just slightly on his side, but that's about it. Dead center Widow Mine looking for trouble. Byun is repositioning those 2 flanks. Looking to, well, kill a hatchery. Got a lot of drones there to kill, so good work. Not a lot of banelings there either. All banelings running in, but just a little bit short. For sure, top side looking a lot better for SOO, but bottom side definitely going to be a dead hatchery. Oh. This is always scary, isn't it? That right there. So Byun's still ahead in supply. He's got the 3-3 upgrades coming in now as well, with getting the cloak for the ghost, I would imagine. Yep, there it is. Getting that late game tech, and SOO stuck on the Link Bane Hydra for the time being. To reclaim that 5th base. Terran on the other side already, I think it's 5th base, I believe. Or almost being ready to be mindful. So just trying to desperately hold on right now. Should definitely take another look at the units of stat, because I imagine, let's be fair. Come on, take that medevac. Oh, that's rough. Okay. Yeah, that is double. That is just almost straight up double. Almost pretty much double. SOO, yeah, mean, you don't just want to tap out here. Every map is important. Every map does get you a bit of cash, so as long as you kind of have a feeling of potentially getting this game to go your way, you definitely want to try to make it so. Of course, you cannot see what we can see, and that is another big bush of Terran right here, ready to just cause a whole lot of trouble. The SCVs don't seem to be enough to keep that planetary fortress alive, though, and bit of economy, trade for a bit of economy. The problem for SOO, though, is that his attack kind of got stopped, and the attack of the Terran still moving forwards here. Up until that point. Just as I'm talking about it, yeah, there it is. GG is called. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's been a rough. I went on a family holiday, and apparently my 2-year-old little cousin, the blissful joy that he is, he unfortunately was a bit ill, and well, because of that, most of us only got about 3 hours of sleep each night, which suboptimal to have that for a week. Kind of lowers your immune system a little bit, and then voila, here we are. There we are. It's been a couple of days though already. Managed to get a couple of sessions of 12 hours sleep in there, but apparently that doesn't remedy the situation immediately, just quite yet. Who could have known? Who could have known? I did not, for it. As most of you could have guessed. You think a yes or no question could be 50-50? Well, not if I'm involved. Does he know? Probably not. Probably not. Need Twitch chat back. There we are. Where are we looking at? Where are we looking at? What's the interesting things here? It's just very standard opening once again from Byun. Gonna add that tech lab for the starports. I mean, if he cares about the fans, he would go battle cruisers here, right? If he truly cares about the fans, wouldn't you go battle cruisers? Is that not the way? Apparently it's not. Well, he's making a Viking. Nah. When's the last time we've seen Byun go battle cruisers? It is. It's truly something else. But then again, if he does go for battle cruisers, it's usually because of something like this. Or in a match like this, where he's this far ahead. He's feeling good. And maybe he just wants to have that extra bit of cash in his pocket. Take it all away from SOO. Man, I would be such a bad esports player. I would just feel horrible about it. if I was Byun right now, I would just be sitting there thinking like, maybe I should let him win. I don't want to take all the money here. That'd be rude. Viking, 1 kill so far, leaves one of the overlords standing. A lucky bystander. Aliens won't be able to, well, dart in there just quite yet. The loop around is no longer available either. There are 3 queens there. Maybe the other side. Zerglings and queens. Let SOO win the first game. I suppose you got me there. That's where all the pleasantries ended. It was, yeah. Although, to be fair, there's been a couple of times in Best of Nines where I've seen a player go up 4-0, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, the opposing player just turns it up to 11. Starts winning every single game after. People say it's very rare to happen, but I feel like it's no less rare as you might imagine. Just because of the panic that sets in. If you're 4 games ahead and you're like, all right, one more, and then you lose the first one, and you're like, okay, no, I think that's still fine. I guess it depends on in what kind of manner you lose as well, but still. Get those rocks. Get those rocks. That's a good call. Open up this area, but it might not be in time. Those siege tanks, the marines, everything here already. The banelings. Oh, they're so close. Yeah, that is not much that Byun is going to get done here. He's going to get done in, everyone. I shouldn't. Should be careful with how much I make myself laugh. Oh. Alright. Enough sarcasm. Zippity zappity. We're out of here quick and rapidly. That's a Dutch saying, I believe. Why is he? Oh, that was an insane shot. That was 7 kills on that one shot, pretty much. Holy smokes! Byun, man, that's crazy. I'm like, why is he still here? But you know what? He's sometimes getting all right trades. Is this what you want to do? He's just forcing out more and more links, but I mean. Looking at the work account right now, that worries me. He's kept the creep spread in check. Is there still Banes available? No. There's the GG. Alright. Bottom. Oh yeah, not just Frost, but we are gonna have Sejong Station as well. And there's one map in my mind that comes up when I say that name, but I don't think that it could be that map, because that is as ancient of a map as, like, you know, to anyone really. Your grandfather used to play on Sejong, if that is the map I'm thinking about, but I'm not sure if it is. Anyway, guys, we got a lower map spawn for both of these players. Which means that overall for Byun, that is kind of, you know, lucky for him. Bottom right side, that is the blue Zerg. Will he be able to make this work? It is SOO from the Freaks. Bottom left side, the Shopify Rebel. The rebellious spirit. He is Byun. He's gonna try another one of those committed attacks. Is he gonna try to just kind of play the regular game once more? Sometimes I do recall that a best of 9 could feel like a long time for our players. To be fair, Byun, when he's playing at home, right? I feel like a lot of people quickly get worried about him playing a longer series. But apparently that is what he does every single day at home anyway. He will just keep on playing and keep on playing for hours on end and be fine. Absolutely fine. Oh, a bit of a scout here. Zergling's going to try to pull that Reaper away from the actual scouting that he would like to get done for as long as possible. Now, is this Byun going to... Or is this going to lead Byun to the right spawn location? Doesn't look like it. What's the actual score? This is the actual score. I'm not crazy. Well, I am. But is this the actual score? He definitely knows. Because of the links here. They were being on the bottom. I suppose it would have been difficult for them to be any further along. I don't know if you would know. It's been a long time since this map has been on in the map pool, right? You may not feel as comfortable as making those judgment calls right now. But yeah, probably I feel like he would have an inclination to thinking this, suspecting this. Has he seen the Overlords? I don't think he's seen the Overlord. If he sees this, he definitely knows if he's seen that. Doesn't see it though. This time, alright, there he is. There he is. It's still the first place anyway he goes to. Voila! Uh-oh. Creep-tumor in trouble! He gets it. He gets it. Circling run by. It looks a bit exposed. There's a very fresh mule there. If that gets caught, that would be probably the biggest prize you could get here. All the SUVs just running outwards. I like that call. Running towards the Hellions here rather than running up the ramp. Wasting a good bit of mining time. Of course, wasting mining time of mules. Always the best thing. And that is gonna... Not sure if that wasted money there. It's not really that important either. It's just, you know, one of those tiny things that I guess trigger a lot of people seeing the mule die with minerals in his hand. It just gives me something to do. Alright. So after that, 6 SUVs have gone down. Lost mining time, as we've mentioned. 1 Hellion. So I have a lot of the Zerglings. We've still got 14 of them available. 6 Queens as well. This feels pretty good for SOO in that remark. He's going to have himself the Queen defense here. Loses one of them. Nice micro there from Byun. Keeps both of those Banshees alive with the bare minimum. Truly the bare minimum. Well, at least on one of them. It's the other one, the other one, you know, not as professional as the other Benji, clearly. But still pretty darn impressive. He did get the Queen kill, and that's all that counts, I suppose. But still second in line for the repair. You know, you gotta draw the line somewhere. Tough calls you have to make as an army leader. Alright, Byun starting to have a little bit of a push here, and it's an interesting area to try and push from. The Watchtower, obviously, a nice place for siege tanks to be. But it's already quite close to all this creep, and it's not a difficult place for SOO to try and get us around, right? Up here you still can pass through as well. There's an area down below here. You can go on top of the ramp and down the ramp the other way, down the chimney. Although there are 2 Banshees there, so that's very cool to see as well. Byun kind of keeping his eye on the potential run-by here. Methodically maneuvers his way closer and closer towards SOO's line. And, I mean, if he could position himself near this cliff's edge, that probably is probably where he would like to go with those siege tanks, I imagine. Maybe over there one, or even over here. They wouldn't hurt too much. Somewhere where you can, you know, avoid Zerglings. Just having a straight line, a direct line towards your siege tanks is always nice. Yeah, that's not going to get anything done. Banshees, though, definitely putting quite a bit of hurt on SOO. More than they should, probably. after that much time, at the 7 to 8 minute mark. Look at that, 2 more. 7 drones. That's another one. Not bad, 6 of them right here. That must be that professional Banshee we were seeing earlier. Must be. Yeah, I don't know how to make it just a regular 9 instead of best of 9. I could do this as well. I don't know what you guys would like. I think this is better. I think this is a better option. It's fine, it's fine. Run by here from SOO. Does that get scouted by the Medivacs? I would imagine so. If the Medivacs get scouted by SOO though, that is apparently not necessarily the case. I'm still not seeing a reaction. They've flown by Zerglings, they've flown by Overlords. Yet SOO's troops are nowhere to be seen here. The spawning pool is, well, a fountain of blood and ensues. Oh, the banelings. The banelings always quite the blessing when they make those connections happen. Might give SOO a bit of confidence to try and clear out this middle area as well. Quite brave pushing in here without, well, an immense amount of knowledge of what he is running into. But I think he made the right calls there. He's a little bit low on the worker count though, and that has me worried. He's taken this base over here as well, which has me also quite worried. Normally on this map you would see the Zergs starting to expand northward, right? If you're going Mutaling Bane especially, expanding towards your opponents is a dangerous thing to do. You're not playing into your own strength, which is the just sheer volume of mobility that you are accruing here. For not to lose too many Mutaliski. Mutaliskiodos. Or drones. Or a hatchery. Or great positions to a siege tank. Like this is just not a base you want to take. I'm really surprised SOO took this base. It might be because it's, again, like, you did see where Byun spawned, right? Yes, okay. I know he did, guys, but I'm just double checking. Yeah, alright, now he's taking this one. Okay, see, this is just a distraction. Just a distraction. And is he going to clean this up? I don't think so. Normal banelings remain. That's a lot of Marines coming in. Do we have banelings in production? No, sir, we do not. This is a dead base. This might be a dead Zerg. Yeah. Yeah, that's disappointing. This is such a beautiful base for the town to attack into in these spawn locations. Yeah, well, GG, another game goes to Byun. So far, 3 times the amount of victories over his opponent, and he's gonna make this one potentially quite short. The Red Terran from the Shopify Rebels. It is Byun. Top left side, there's a blue Zerg fighting for the Freaks. He has 1 more shot. Is he gonna stick around on this 1/3 win rate, or is he gonna be able to bump that statistic up a little bit to a, well, 50% win rate? Right now, I'm not sure, because that drone right there, my friend, is not mining. And it's taking him a long time to figure this out. Alright, anyway, it is SOO. This is rough. This is actually really bad. This is your first drone. This is like just straight up. You start the game and you just send a drone across the map just to die. Well, I guess you could, right? But then at least you still get the scouting information. Which would still be way too early to do. Okay, he fixed it. He fixed it. But that was like 1.5 minutes. I don't know if it was for the full 1.5 minutes. If it was one of those later on constructed drones, but oof. It's the weird thing about StarCraft sometimes where, you know, it just comes down to something that minute. Where it's just like, yeah, this game is broken. And then you look in the replay and you're like, oh, I had 3 drones, not mining. Oh, shit. Ah, the classic experience of a Kozan player. There's the Reaper. Yep. Yep, nice. Oh, that's nice micro. Camo on drones. Revenge of the nerds. Here we go. Get 'em, boys. Put on your little goggles. Go catch yourself a Reaper. That's right. Let's come on, who's on here? Can feed it. Yeah. That's 3 drones. It's not a Reaper. And he's not gonna lose a Reaper here either. Oh, that is rough. Yeah, that's something you gotta keep in mind as well. Reaper cliffs used to be a lot more friendly to Reapers. Right? I think we even have like a Reaper thing over here, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Guess we could see it over here. No, okay, there's no Reaper entrance here. Nice. Alright, we weren't that crazy. Did have some brain cells. That was a lovely play. That was some great use of Byun. You know, just remembering how this map works, where that Reaper cliff is, and then, you know, a great Roxy on that barracks right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, the thing is, right, this happens to you on ladder, like, once, and then you're like, oh, okay. I gotta make sure to have, like, an Overlord scouting path around this area, right? I just gotta keep it... Oh, dear, this is stuff dying. Yeah, hold on. There's 4 SCVs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. I mean... I'm not sure if that equals out the game. Because we have a 3rd CC here for Byun before the 3rd hatchery is done. So Byun's still quite heavily favored. SOO long handle arrival during... What? Okay. Oh, sorry. I had to mute. I had to. Okay. That's the screen that pops up now, apparently, when I press the mute button. Go gadget rockets, says the Viking. Says it a couple of times. Hopefully up until the moment where that Overlord explodes. As the Overlord screams out, of course, go gadget, sack of blood. And excruciating pain. Also, not much else you can go gadget after that as an Overlord. Aliens get a good amount of creep tumors as well. 55 drones versus the 46, so it's, you know, that's okay. It's an okay number. Army supply of Byun, though, is looking quite beefy, 31 to 18. We'll definitely have to keep in mind that SOO's going to have to defend against some sort of a marine stim push. Do we have a armory added in as well? No, we do not. But SOO, you know, he does have this Overlord here, or the Overseer here, does get a bit of a scout on on the triple barracks. A reactor on the starport, so he knows what he's up against. We already have a Spire. Oh, right, yeah, Mutalisk. Absolutely deadly on this second base over here. That was... I remember that. That is a great way to try and make a comeback happen here on this map. Let's see if he will be able to maintain a foothold for long enough to actually make that happen. How many Mutalisk? 5 are out on the field. We'll see them all assemble in a moment. As this Viking patiently waiting for the creep to spread. SOO, luckily for him, decides to spread the creep up onto this high ground over here. Which actually I like better. Because if this game does go into the late game, you get a hatchery here. You already kind of get the creep spread here. And any type of drops or pushes on this high ground, you just really want to crush. You do not want to let that sit there and be cost efficient. Or does he just know about the Viking? He may just have known because he flies here straight away. And then kind of gets out of there. Could have just been a lucky break for Byun, of course. A lucky scout on those Mutalisks. Can you already see it? Harder dropping. Nice, nice. Yeah, make sure to subscribe to that laser.gg. Well, you don't even have to subscribe. You just kind of gotta press the link and have your Twitch connected. That should help out enough already. You know what? SOO is navigating these waters quite nicely. He's doing alright. Playing it quite safe. Kind of what he had to do, in all honesty, with how it opened up. But he put himself in a playable position. Will he be able to hold on to that for very much longer? That question will be answered in the not too far distant future, I imagine. There's Byun. Being a bit aggressive here. Medevac into the main. Let's get into the natural. Ooh, with a mine! Okay, doesn't get the connection there. Open the main base. It's a lot of units he's sending as a response there, and well, those Zerglings were coming in as quite the conga line there. Now losing the creep tumors. I think I like the trading that Byun is making happen here a little bit better so far. SOO. Ooh. Careful! Careful! Doing alright. Slow and steady. Gets rid of the Widow Mines. Force definitely going to help out, of course, against that Mutalisk flock. Are we still making more Mutalisk? I don't think so, right? We've been stuck on 21. We're still making air upgrades, though. As well as the infestation pit. I'd like to see SOO not go for any engagements up until he has that later tier unit. Whichever he's trying to get, really. Right? It could be Vipers, could be Infestors, could be Broodlords. Any of the above, really. Broodlords are a very useful tool on this map as well, because of this kind of dead space you have on this side of the map. These rocks aren't cleared out either. Bio units will be able to shoot that down quite quickly, though, to be fair. But yeah, you got a lot of space here to work with those Broodlords. Of course, you got to be careful of not an enemy army coming in behind you and suddenly locking you into place. Even this platform right here is pretty well suited for Broodlords because, well, the Terran can't really push down here if there's a lot of Broodlings just kind of chalking all of this up, right? Kind of just grabbing all that space there. Right. Definitely quite a bit of a fight here between the two as a final battle. The Mutalisks still far away. All needed in this conflict. About to... Where is it? There we go. Okay, Banelings, be careful not to... There's a lot of Banelings onto that Thor. Can he get the Thor in the medevac? Yes, he can. That's enough Zerglings. He should collapse further on this. He definitely has the units. Come on, Sue. Come on. Get it all. Get it all. There you go. Only now more Marines are joining in, and that is perfect for him. May even want to consider getting aggressive now, regardless of having a tier 3 unit or not. Checks out this base, sees that it's not been taken just quite yet. Starts taking the base over here. It's 3 o'clock. Very cool. That dead space now going to get used. Remember when I was talking about the creep spread up here? I thought I would be further by now. Right, Mutalisks find a bit of prey right there that they can start up. And the other side of the map, the Zergling Baneling having a lot less success. Maybe thinking he would be able to run in there, get a base, and head on back to his own side of the field. What we're doing here, we're playing all the 9 maps. So it's not a best of, it's just you win one map, you win money. So this is the final game they are playing. The last bit of money that either of these players can grab. Either Byun is gonna go home with about a 1 to 3 win rate, or a 1 to 2 win rate. It's a big difference. Gotta be careful not to plump up the Mutalisk. Hatchery does get taken out, but then again, I mean, you are not really anticipating a lot of mining to be done there. It's gonna be the pressure point. Oh, gets the rogues. Did he want to get the rogues? I guess you do, right? It's very difficult for the Zergling Baneling to engage now, but then again, why would you want to engage into here? If there's not, why are you trying to engage? You know? Wouldn't it be better to just kind of set up over here on 3 places? Be like, oh, thank you for shutting down that area. Big Widow Mine as well. And he's worried about siege tanks coming in. Doubling down on that area, but Sue suddenly actually having a lot more meat behind the attack than I initially thought. He's going to be able to push up all the way back into Byun's space. He takes out one of these planetary fortresses. Together with 15 SCVs. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. What do we have on the units tab? 14 Mutalisk, 5 Ultralisks, 6 Queens, 5 ghosts. There's not that many siege tanks or liberators just quite yet, but the ghosts are there, the widow mines are there. That's a lot of what you need. Right, more banelings. Go get them. So once again, gonna fall here pretty rapidly, I imagine. Banelings getting rather close to the ghost, but very well judged so far by Byun. Not gonna lose too many, I think. You know what? He lost one of them. Which I don't know if anyone could call that too many. Or maybe people would call that hardly any. That drop does get cleaned up. Attack on the left side. Training success. So 2 bases quite crucial for SOO to have if he would like to win this game. Seeing how inefficient he's trading so far. Oh, that is so many banelings dying. Those widow mines, they are brutal. What a lovely place to put them, right? Couple of widow mines here, attack with the marines over here. Anything that walks by, bam. Great job, great job. I feel like Terran players are a lot better at widow mine placement than Zerg are at burrow painting placements. That actually is going to fall as well. Alright, this might be the moment. SOO gonna try to make this collapse happen. Does he have the stuff? Does he have the gears? He really doesn't. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. And now this is maybe one of the worst moments for SOO. Where you're like, alright, we'll just, you know, sacrifice a whole bunch of stuff, but we'll get 1 base. Then you sacrifice all your stuff and it's like, oh, I didn't actually get that base. That is, ugh. Abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Another little drop here for this base right there. Army supply equal. I don't think this is all too equal at this moment. Unless if those widow mines aren't gonna partake in the battle. There were enough. Oh, yep. Barely survives. Not a scratch on him. Situation perfectly under control. With that medevac. See, he wanted to go this way. Nuke from the high ground. Oh, I remember people doing that. Oh, man. This is such a choke point map that it's just so incredibly difficult not to get these incredibly long macro games on this one. It is such a... Yeah, I really like this map. Oh, Infestus now, part of the mix. A couple of EMPs do make things go a little bit less smooth than we'd like to, but is it enough for the Zerglings and Banelings to get real damage dealt? I don't... once again, a little bit short. Middle base number 2 once more getting destroyed. Left side base looking like that is going to be having his time come to an end pretty soon as well. Oof. Those snipes on the Mutinous. Getting rid of quite expensive units quite quickly. Units lost tab. Definitely not looking pretty here for SOO as his supply has plummeted. Byun marches in. He's going to come forwards here. The snipes are going to start hitting the ultralisk. The one thing that is kind of still standing there, the investors don't have energy. The overseers, please don't die, Mr. Overseer. We desperately need you right here. At least something. But then again, well, actually, using the ultra, that is rough. To a widow mine of all things. Investors also going to go down. What's this? What's this? Oh, that's not good. That's what that is. It's not good for SOO, at least. That's 12 drones. 12 little baby drone corpses. Oh my. Alright, pushing in once more. Is this it? Is this it? This base is gonna fall. What are you gonna do afterwards, SOO, right? Yeah, this got a GG right there. Nothing else can be achieved, and GG. Byun takes another one.